Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today we are going to make a journal. I had these kits in my shop a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I am now going to use one of these kits to make a journal. And if you guys want, you guys can join me and kind of see my process. If you picked up a kit, you can kind of follow along, and you don't have to do everything I do. You can if you want, but I also recommend that if you like something else, don't feel like you have to do everything I do. You can kind of take this as an inspiration and then kind of add your own touches to it also. But what I'm trying to say is I don't like to make rules where like you have to do it a certain way, but definitely you can follow along and craft with me. And if I think of other options, I will also recommend those, because sometimes I'll start with one idea, but then I will find out that I like something else better. Okay, so I'm starting off with this as my cover. And I'm trying to figure out whether I want to use a file folder or if I should just leave it and keep it as a kind of like a soft cover. So here's the file folder that was included. Okay, we're gonna save this also because we can use this for the binding, or we can do some slow stitching with this. So there are a lot of different options for this. This embroidery thread, and I'm just going to wrap it around here so I can kind of have it handy. Okay, so we can definitely use this. I'm trying to think if I want to do that or not. Let's see. Okay, let me see what else I have here. I have these pieces. These are for the trims later, and I'm going to take this off because I might use these too. Okay. Okay, so I can kind of give you guys my ideas. Basically, you can use this and just glue this piece down, and this would be your cover, and you can have just one signature. This would be really simple, right? Or we can, let's see, we can use this piece and layer it, and then I can layer this also, and I can just go around and sew it. And so this would be like a soft cover journal with the different layers. And then, let's see, I can actually sew just on the bottom, sew the lace just on the bottom, but then this all around. And then this could be a pocket. So I can do that too, but I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm going to start with my papers because I think that depending on how many pages I have, and kind of that might help me kind of decide. So I'm going to set this aside first. I'm going to grab my paper kit. And I'm going to set the little pieces aside because I think the little pieces I will be using for embellishing. And then I'm going to see which pieces I want basically as pages. These are probably all going to work. And then these. I'm going to start with folding these in half. So basically, a lot of times if I'm not sure which direction I'm going with my journal cover, I will start working on the pages so I can see kind of how many pages I have and how it's coming together. And then I will decide on the cover. Plus, this is just a smaller piece. I'm not sure how big. Actually, it looks pretty. Okay, it will fit. I wasn't sure if I would have to trim my pages down for the cover, so I wanted to see, kind of keep that in mind, because some of the pieces, some of these quilted pieces were a little bit different, and I needed to cut some of the bottom of the page down. I don't know if that makes sense, if I'm being clear. Okay. I love this color from the avocado dye. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so I have these pieces. I'm gonna fold these in half too. I don't know if I'm gonna use that one. Maybe one of these. I mean, I'll save it for later, I'm thinking, for that one. This one. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I'm not, I'm making sure I'm folding them as wide as these ones, right? That one's already folded. This one, and then this one. Let's see. Okay, so for this one, we can definitely fold it and use it in the journal, but I think I want to use it more as an embellishment, and I love the little wrinkle and tears in there. It just, it adds to the look, I think. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to bring in my printed papers. So now you can use digitals, or you can use scrapbook paper. You can use even wrapping paper, anything with like a pretty print on it. And I have a couple different kits that I already have printed out and I want to use. You don't have to use these, but I want to use them because I have them printed and I haven't used them yet. Okay, so I have my Pretty Neutrals collection, and I think they're gonna look really good with this. And I'm gonna use them because I've been kind of having them, they've just kind of been in this file here and I haven't used them. So I really want to use up some of my stash. Okay, I like that one too. Let's see. This is ephemera cards. I'm trying to look at the full layouts. Okay. Maybe I'll do this one. That one's so cute. I want to do that one. So my first journal that I made using this, I used my Parisian collection of printables, and I probably will mix my Parisian with my Pretty Neutrals, and I might also use one of my latest collection called Little Blessings. So I think I want to use all of them because they all look so good together, and they're just really pretty papers with they're really neat. They're really nice neutrals, and they have hints of pink in them. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this one too. I'm going more for like the florals. Okay, that one's not. I think that's it from this one. Now I'm gonna grab a couple from this. I love this one with the mommy and the little girl. I think that's so cute. And I like this one too. I love this. For me, I'm thinking my inspiration is my daughter. I just keep remembering when she was a baby and when I first became a mommy, like 18 years ago. So that's why I wanted to include that one with the mommy and the little girl. Okay, so now I'm gonna use that one. These are from my Parisian collection, and these are just some. Maybe I should use this. some of my French documents. Okay, this is really pretty. I love that. I love this one too. Okay, maybe we'll go with that one too. And this one, that's a really pretty pink. And look how pretty that goes with this. See that? Okay, let's see. What else do I want to use? Maybe I'll use one of these. Okay, this is totally not pinks, but I don't know how those got in here. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them. Let's see what else. Maybe I should bring, oh, I love this one with the crown. Isn't that pretty? Because it's almost like a little princess journal. Okay. Let's see what else I have. Okay, let's see if that's enough to start out with. I love that. Isn't that pretty? Maybe I should have that as my first page. But I want to glue. Let's see. I kind of made a mess on my desk. And I'm folding a couple at a time because I don't mind. Let's fold it the other way too. I kind of like this on this side, right? Okay, so I have those. I have this one. Gosh, that is so pretty. I love this print. I have this one. Maybe I should glue these ones together. See that? Let's see. There's a variation. So these are my test prints. This one's more white and this is more like peachy pink. But I like them both. I think they're both pretty. Maybe I love the way that looks. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, let's see what I want to do. I'm gonna set that aside for now. Okay, so these all have white backgrounds, so we are going to need to glue them to something else. So let's see, what should I? Sometimes I do kind of think about what I want to glue on the back side of it. So I am a little bit mindful. Like I want them to feel right. So like this is a little bit darker. It's not as white as this. So I want it to kind of match, but I don't think it's that important. And then maybe I'll do it. No, I'll do it this way. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna glue the top and the bottom so that this forms a little tuck spot in between the pages, and you can hide little notes or pieces of ephemera in between these two sheets. So it becomes a pocket. Those right here are my printed papers. These are hand-dyed papers, and then these are like extra ephemera type of papers. Okay, and then I am working with these here. Okay. So those are my printed papers. Let's see. Now I want to grab another one. I love this rose. It's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I think that my pretty neutrals make a great addition to this journal. I think they look so pretty with the pinks. So it gives you some contrast between the pink by having like all the whites and creams and beiges. I think it really complements that avocado pink, like a dusty rose. It's so pretty. Okay. So there's another one. I love that. That's so pretty. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, maybe this time I'm gonna glue kind of like a U, and I'm even gonna do the middle. And I'm kind of eyeballing the middle. It's not perfect because it's okay. So that if you want to tuck something up in this one between these two, it'll be at the top. So that'll be a little bit different. Let's see. Okay, and then I have these two. Let's see what I have left. I have that one. Maybe I'll do, let's see. I'll do these two next, okay? And I'm gonna do just the top and the bottom for this. That's kind of my standard go-to, is to glue just the top and the bottom, and then this, you have the tuck in between the pages. And then sometimes I will just sew the side, sew a ribbon on there, so things can change. I don't need it to be like, I'm just giving myself that option to have this as a tuck spot. Okay. Okay, so it's just a little bit off. And you know what? I can either trim it or ink it. It's gonna be okay. I think I'm just gonna trim it. Sometimes I will shift it into place, but it's gonna be fine. Okay. And there's a little bit of white edge right there too. But I am going to ink some of these edges anyway, so that'll help take care of that. But plus, I'm probably going to wrinkle them up because I like that look where some of the pages are a little bit torn and wrinkled. But we'll leave that for later. Right now, I just want to get my pages ready and kind of have an idea of which way I want to go with them. So let's see. You know, this would be a really pretty first page also. Let's see. Now I'm not sure. I kind of want to go with the neutral background like this for the first page, because then I can add my own ephemera on top, if that makes sense. But you can definitely start. This would be a good option. But this way I can layer. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you probably know how much I love layering pieces and having like all those layers. That's just what I kind of keep in mind, that I can layer on top of this. So I can start with a blank or like just a background page, because later I can bring in some other pieces like an image, okay, which would be like my focal point. Like this maybe. I kind of like that. That's really cute. Or even like that would be really cute. Okay, maybe I'll do this one. Okay, I want to add something in here that is, let's see, that one, or this one's pretty. Maybe I'll do this one. Let's see. Okay, and now I want to trim this down because it's a little bit big. And I'm just going to tear it because I like that soft edge when you tear something. Okay. Can do that, or should I do this? I kind of like that better, I think. I think I'll do this instead. Okay. And again, I'm going to tear some more of this off. See that? It's a little bit long. And you can actually just fold it over for a tuck spot. But I'm going to tear it off. Okay. Okay, so I have that. So I kind of tried to mix up, you know, avocado dyed, or you can do coffee dyed, and then you have a printed paper, and then again, another coffee dyed paper, and sometimes I'll vary and bring one of these in, but for now, I think I want to work with these first, and then I'll see where I add the rest of those pages. Let's see, I think it's getting fairly thick, so I want to be a bit mindful of what else I'm adding in here. Let's see, I kind of like that. Maybe I should do this. And this one's long, so I'm going to fold it up. Now, another reason I don't make my journal cover first is because I want to work on my signatures first and figure out how thick it is, so that way I kind of plan for the journal cover and the spine. And so if I want to make it smaller, I can kind of keep that in mind. Or if I want to make the spine bigger to fit everything, then I can keep that in mind also. I can kind of adjust to it. Whereas if I have everything done already, then I feel like I'm really limited. So, okay, let's see what else I have. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and it's already, I feel like it's already getting kind of chunky. So, let's see. Maybe I'll add this here. Isn't that pretty? I love the way the pink lines work with the pink. It picks up some of the pink colors. And I love the contrast between the white and the pink. I love that a lot. Okay, I want to add one of these here. Here maybe. Let's see where else I can add it in. Or here. right in there. Okay. That is so pretty. I love, again, how it picks up the pink. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I should do yellow. No, not that one. Maybe this one. Should I go like this? Okay, so now I'm thinking, actually I'm thinking whether I should do one signature or two signatures. I have 20 pages in here, or 18 pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I can do this and split it in half and do 2. See that? Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think I could do that technically. So this is why I like to wait on the journal, because I need to know how thick my journal is going to be. And another thing is, when I create, I don't like to be limited. I like to just kind of go with inspiration. So if my journal is going to be, usually I'll start like this with this thickness, and honestly, it will triple. Okay. So it'll become like a 3-inch spine, because that's just how I work. My journals get really, really chunky. So that means that I'm gonna have to give myself a lot of space for the spine. Okay, so in that case, I'm still wondering if I should use the file folder. I do a lot of journals, like I'll show you a journal I am working on right now where I did use the file folder, and see how it looks. It doesn't look that thick. It's got a lot of pages, but I'm giving myself room because I know how I work and how it tends to just chunk up so much. So this is one that I started last week, but let's see. So I'm wondering if I'm thinking maybe I should just go with a soft cover. Okay, maybe I'll just do that. So now, what should I do next? I think I'm gonna start by sewing the journal, okay? I think that's gonna be my next step, is this part. Now, I also included a piece of tulle in here. So I have this piece right here, and I'm gonna pull it off because I'm gonna see. I don't know if I'm not sure how I want to use it. I have a couple options. I've done this in the past where I layer this in between everything, and it just gives it kind of nice edge. I let it hang out on the edge. Should I do that? Maybe I will do that. Or you can use this to make ruffles. But you know what? I'm going to use it here. And if there's anything left over, we can use that, okay? Okay, so here is my piece. And I kept this one. This is why I kept it, because the edge is a little bit weird, which I will fix that. I will work with that. I don't mind working with stuff like that. Plus, if I have this on top, you probably won't see it. So, okay, so now I think I want to tack this down first so it doesn't shift. Okay, so I got my basket with some of my thread and then my little pins. Okay, so I'm laying it on here so that it goes over the edge. It might be hard to see because it's pretty sheer, but it's gonna go over the edge just a little bit. So this is the edge, and so it's like a finger's width, like maybe an inch or so. Okay, so oops, it just shifted. Okay, so I decided to put my little corner that is missing up here because I think I could work better with that. I can always embellish that corner. Okay, actually I can shift it up a little bit more. So I'm just pinning it down so that it doesn't shift, and so that when I go to sew it, it kind of stays in place and doesn't fall all over the place. And it's okay. I'm not like a perfectionist, and I don't attempt to be with my sewing. I don't even mind messy stitches. I think that I think messy stitches are actually pretty and aesthetic. So I try not to overthink that. Okay, so I have my thread and my already in this needle, and I'm just gonna start with what I have. Okay, I'm just tying a knot on the end, and I'm gonna start stitching it. Okay, so I was gonna mention that I did trim it a little bit, but I need to trim it a little bit more so that the batting doesn't go all the way to the edge. And then I'm gonna do that right here too. I trimmed a lot of the pieces down so that there's a little bit of space between the batting and then the fabric. And then another reason is if you wanted to use like the file folder, right? You can always fold that over the file folder, if that makes sense, right? Like this, that piece, and sew it on there or glue it on there. So that's kind of the idea. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing. You can also have the lace on there, but I'm gonna sew the lace afterwards. I don't know why. I do enjoy stitching, and so I don't mind stitching it twice all through, if that makes sense. I feel like it gives me a little bit more control and kind of, I don't know. I just like to do it in steps. And another thing, if you don't like your stitches, the lace will hide a lot of that also, okay? So unless you use, unless you want your stitches to show and you use a different color, then that's fine also. Okay, so here, I'm thinking I can always add a little piece of this, right? Since I have it here, I might as well try it, right? I want to keep these together so I don't lose them. And I'm also kind of thinking I want to use this like this in the journal. I think this is so pretty. So I might use that like that. So I want to keep it together. Okay, so I'm thinking to just cut a little piece right here and just attach it. Okay. And I'm gonna knot it here because, again, you're not gonna see all my little stitching, I don't think, because I'm gonna use the lace on top. Okay, now I'm going to actually start right here because I want to tack this all down. And again, you guys know how much I love stitching, and it's just, now I'm thinking, you know, another option with the lace, if you plan to use this as another journal cover, you can always just do stitching on the inside of the journal like this. You can add these different pieces and just do kind of like a just stitch them on here as a design. That would be pretty. I'm actually kind of wanting to do that. Although I wanted to use the lace, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go back this way now. And then I'm just gonna go back so I don't have to tie it up and start again. It's okay. I'm gonna cut this piece off now. See how I have a little bit of overhang? And I'm gonna leave just a little bit on the edge because I do like the softness that it gives when you have a little bit hanging out of it. Do you see it? I don't know if you can see it. It's just a little bit hanging out. Okay, so here we have it. If it's long, it's a little bit hard to work with the tool if it's hanging out a lot. And I'm gonna cut some of this off. I just want it on the edge. Okay, I think that's so cute. I love kind of the shabbiness of it. I think it's really cute. Okay, so now I have my signatures. Let's see how they're gonna fit. So now see how I can kind of figure out if I were to fold it in half, look how much space I have there. But if I shift it forward, I can then take up a little bit more space of the cover for my spine. Does that make sense? So I can even make it a 3 signature. I can add more pages if I wanted to. Although I think this will be fairly thick because I do make, maybe I'll add another couple pages to this one. This one feels lighter than this one. This is a little bit thicker. I can do this, right? Or should I make it a 3 signature journal? I think I'll keep it at 2 because it gets really thick. And these we can use for other things. We can use in other journals. I don't have to use everything in this journal. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, you can definitely use these pieces and sew them inside the journal, right? That would be pretty, but I think I'm gonna go with the lace. I'm gonna use the lace on the inside and I'm gonna sew that on there. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna start down here at the bottom because I'm using, this piece of lace has this edge, this line, and I want to make sure I line it up with the bottom. So I'm going to start here first and I'm going to sew this. Now again, if you're comfortable sewing through all the pieces at one time, you can totally do that. I don't mind going through again though. So if you don't want the stitches to be very noticeable on this side, make sure that when you go underneath, your stitch on the bottom is smaller, kind of like that. Instead of just make tinier stitches, and then they'll be a lot less noticeable. But if you like stitches, then you can do bigger stitches. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm gonna sew just the top, because I want this piece right here to be a little tuck spot, right? So that I can, if I wanted to, I can tuck my pieces in here as I work on them, right? So I love that idea, and I love the way the lace will be see-through, right? Okay, so I got my sewing done on this, and now I'm going to trim some of this lace off, but I do love the effect of it hanging out right there. See, isn't that pretty? I love the different layers. So you have one layer of the fabric, the white fabric, you got the edge of the top of the quilted, and then you also have the lace and the tulle, and I think it's so pretty. Okay, this is how it goes. And so that's what I want to do when I trim it. I want to keep that in mind and leave a little bit of the edge. And I love the shabby look of it, of how I trimmed off the edge, and I'm going to do that here too. So isn't that cute? I just love the way it looks. Oh my gosh. And so now you can use the pom-pom trim whichever way you want. You can use it on tags and as embellishments or on a page. But I'm gonna see how it looks on the edge here of the cover. Maybe I'll do that. I think I like it on the edge of right here, like right where the stitching was at. Okay, but then you still see the edges, see that? So I think that's how I want to do it. Now keep in mind, you can use a sewing machine when you sew. You can also, like technically you can glue this down if you wanted to, but I'm going to actually sew it. Okay, so I'm threading my needle. When I start sewing my pom-pom trim down, I am not gonna cut it up just yet because I want to, let's see. I'm gonna start by tacking it down first so that I cut exactly how much I need, because I think that I have a little bit more in here than is needed. So that way, once I sew everything down, I'll have a little bit left over to maybe use for something else. Maybe, we'll see. So I'm gonna start, let's see, should I do it all the way across? Should I do it like this, or should I do it shorter? I think I'll do it from the very, very bottom, like right here. I'm just tacking it down. I'm not doing any fancy stitches. Oh, and you know what? I'm starting to tack down the lace too. I forgot about that. Okay, so if you want the lace to be a pocket like I do, you got to remember not to tack that down also. I'm okay that it tacked down part of it, but I'm glad I looked on the back because I totally forgot. Okay, and I'm just gonna keep going. So it'll still be a tuck spot, but just not as wide as the whole page, which I'm okay with that. Okay, so see all the little stitching? Okay, so there's the front. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay. Okay, I don't want to stitch the lace in there. I gotta remember that. Okay, so my journal cover is done. Got the pom-pom trim. I got all the lace trims. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Okay, so I think I'm going to close for now so this session doesn't get too long. But I hope that you guys joined me. And if you don't have this kit, you can always use whatever you have on hand if you want to make a soft cover journal. This is an easy way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go and I'll see you next time. And next time, hopefully we'll sew in our signatures, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little session. Bye-bye.